In a market obsessed with fleeting trends and disposable tech, smart buyers ignore the noise and focus on the data. They prioritize mechanical integrity, low depreciation, and a total cost of ownership that keeps money in their pocket. These 12 SUVs are the calculated exceptions, machines engineered for longevity rather than planned obsolescence. Number 12, Honda Passport. The Honda Passport is a midsize SUV that delivers serious capability without the bloated price tag of its competitors. Starting around $40,000, it slots perfectly between compact crossovers that feel too small and full-size SUVs that drain your wallet at the pump. Smart buyers recognize that the Passport offers nearly everything the larger Honda Pilot does, but in a more manageable two-row package that costs thousands less, while delivering better off-road performance with its shorter wheelbase and improved departure angles. Reliability is where the Passport truly earns its reputation as a smart purchase. Honda's 3.5-liter V6 engine has been refined over decades, proving itself bulletproof across millions of miles in real-world driving conditions. Consumer Reports consistently rates Honda powertrains among the most dependable in the industry, meaning you're not staring down expensive repair bills at 80,000 or 100,000 miles. When competitors are charging $2,000 to $4,000 for major drivetrain repairs, Passport owners are simply changing oil and rotating tires. The Trail Sport trim adds genuine ruggedness for those who venture beyond pavement, and the standard Honda Sensing suite of safety technology comes included rather than locked behind pricey packages that other brands use to inflate MSRPs. Resale value further cements the Passport's financial intelligence. After 5 years of ownership, you're retaining significantly more of your initial investment compared to similarly priced SUVs from Chevrolet or Nissan. The Honda Passport rewards calculated buyers who understand that true value means low cost of ownership across every single mile driven. Number 11, Toyota Corolla Cross. The Toyota Corolla Cross starts at roughly $26,000, making it one of the most affordable SUVs on the American market today. For buyers who refuse to overspend on transportation, this compact crossover delivers everything you actually need without charging you for excess size and power you rarely use. It earns up to 33 mpg on the highway, meaning you're spending significantly fewer dollars at the pump compared to midsize SUVs that gulp fuel on every commute and errand run. Toyota's reputation for reliability isn't marketing fluff, it's backed by decades of data. The Corolla nameplate has been running on American roads since the 1960s, and that engineering pedigree carries directly into the Corolla Cross. The powertrain is simple, proven, and designed to rack up 200,000 miles without catastrophic failures. You're not gambling $3,000 or $5,000 on transmission rebuilds or engine replacements at 90,000 miles the way owners of lesser brands routinely do. Maintenance costs stay predictable and low year after year. Resale value further proves this is a financially intelligent purchase. The Corolla Cross depreciates only about 27% over 5 years, meaning you're retaining more equity in your vehicle than the compact SUV segment average. The IIHS gives it top safety marks across the board, and Toyota Safety Sense comes standard, saving you from expensive add-on packages. When you calculate total cost of ownership, purchase price, fuel, insurance, maintenance, and depreciation, the Corolla Cross consistently ranks among the cheapest SUVs to own in America. That is what smart money looks like. Number 10, Mazda CX-50. The Mazda CX-50 starts at around $31,000, placing it in compact SUV territory, but delivering an experience that feels like it belongs in a $45,000 vehicle. Mazda engineers this crossover with a premium interior quality, precise handling, and a build standard that rivals luxury brands charging $10,000 to $15,000 more for comparable craftsmanship. Smart buyers recognize that the CX-50 is essentially a near-luxury SUV wearing a mainstream badge, and that price gap goes straight back into your pocket. Where the CX-50 demands attention is its maintenance costs. Over 10 years of ownership, the CX-50 averages roughly $7,000 in total maintenance and repair expenses, beating the industry average for SUVs in its class. Mazda's Skyactiv engine technology is engineered for longevity and efficiency, delivering up to 29 miles per gallon on the highway in the standard powertrain. Every standard model includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking safety technology that other manufacturers gate behind $2,000 to $4,000 option packages. The CX-50 proves that paying attention to where your money actually goes, not just the sticker price, but the years of ownership that follow, separates smart buyers from everyone else writing bigger checks for less substance. Number 9. Acura RDX. The Acura RDX starts at approximately $46,550, which places it firmly in the luxury compact SUV segment. However, smart buyers understand that this price tag delivers genuine luxury engineering backed by Honda's legendary mechanical reliability, a combination that German competitors charge $55,000 to $65,000 to match. You're getting a turbocharged powertrain, premium materials, and advanced technology without crossing into the financial territory where maintenance bills become a second car payment. Reliability is the RDX's secret weapon against its European rivals. Built on Honda's proven architecture, the RDX consistently earns strong dependability scores, with owners regularly pushing past 200,000 miles without major powertrain failures. Annual maintenance averages around $497, according to RepairPal, dramatically less than the $800 per year. Over 10 years, you're looking at roughly $10,000 in total maintenance and repair costs, which beats the luxury SUV industry average and keeps thousands of dollars in your bank account instead of a dealership service bay. NHTSA awards the RDX a full 5-star overall safety rating, and every model comes loaded with Acura watch safety technology as standard equipment. The 5-year resale retention sits around 62% of the original purchase price, meaning your $46,000 investment still holds roughly $29,000 in value half a decade later. The Acura RDX proves that luxury and financial intelligence are not mutually exclusive. It simply requires knowing where to look beyond the badge on the grille. Number 8. Nissan Armada. The Nissan Armada is the full-size SUV that smart buyers choose when they need genuine capability without financing a vehicle that costs as much as a starter home. Priced at $55,000, the Armada delivers body-on-frame toughness, a 400-horsepower V8 engine, and an 8,000-pound towing capacity at a price point that undercuts domestic competitors by a meaningful margin. The V8 engine deserves specific recognition because in today's market of turbocharged 4-cylinders and hybrid systems, a naturally aspirated V8 in a full-size SUV represents proven, straightforward mechanical reliability. There are fewer complex systems to fail, fewer expensive components to replace, and a power delivery that remains consistent and predictable across hundreds of thousands of miles when properly maintained. Nissan's body-on-frame construction gives the Armada structural integrity that unibody crossovers fundamentally cannot replicate. When you're hauling a boat, a camper, or a loaded trailer across rough terrain, that engineering foundation matters enormously. Smart buyers who actually use their SUV for work rather than appearance recognize this distinction immediately. At $55,000, you're also getting 3-row seating with genuinely usable third-row space, a rare commodity in full-size SUVs where the third row is often more symbol than substance. The Armada seats 8 passengers without making the rearmost occupants feel like they drew the short straw. Resale value has improved considerably in recent years, and ownership costs remain competitive for the full-size segment. The Armada is the working SUV that doesn't ask you to pretend you bought it purely for the badge. Number 7. Lexus RX. The Lexus RX is the SUV that has quietly dominated the luxury midsize segment for decades, and the reason comes down to something far more valuable than styling trends. It comes down to trust. Priced between $50,000 and $60,000, the RX delivers a level of long-term ownership confidence that its German competitors charge significantly more to approximate and still frequently fail to match. Toyota's manufacturing discipline underpins every RX ever built, and that heritage translates directly into ownership costs that defy expectations for the luxury segment. Lexus owners consistently report lower 5-year maintenance expenses compared to BMW X5, Mercedes GLE, and Audi Q5 owners spending comparable amounts upfront. When your $55,000 vehicle doesn't nickel and dime you through its lifespan, the true cost of ownership reshapes the value conversation entirely. The RX has consistently earned top safety scores from both NHTSA and IIHS, and Lexus loads standard safety technology generously, meaning you aren't climbing trim levels just to access features that protect your family. That approach reflects a manufacturer philosophy of genuine customer respect rather than feature gating for profit. Resale value is where the RX truly separates itself from the luxury field. Lexus vehicles retain their value at rates that regularly outperform European luxury competitors, meaning the financial hit you take over 5 years of ownership is measurably smaller. The RX rewards the buyer who looks beyond the showroom moment and thinks about what 5 or 10 years of ownership actually costs. That long-term thinking is precisely what defines a smart purchase. Number 6. Subaru Crosstrek. The Subaru Crosstrek is the SUV that consistently surprises buyers who underestimate it based on its modest $28,000 price tag. What looks like a sensible compact crossover from the outside is actually a meticulously engineered all-weather, all-terrain machine that delivers a genuine ownership proposition most competitors at twice the price struggle to replicate. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on every single Crosstrek trim is not a trivial detail. It is a foundational commitment from Subaru that competitors frequently treat as a paid upgrade. The Crosstrek's 8.7 inches of ground clearance is higher than many SUVs costing $15,000 more, and combined with Subaru's X-Mode terrain management system on upper trims, it provides off-road confidence that genuinely expands where you can take the vehicle. Smart buyers who actually explore the outdoors recognize this as a practical financial advantage. Subaru's reliability record has strengthened meaningfully in recent years, with consumer reports giving the Crosstrek strong ownership cost scores. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine is a proven, straightforward unit that avoids the complexity penalties associated with turbocharged alternatives in this price range. Insurance costs stay low given the Crosstrek's size and safety ratings, and resale value remains among the strongest in the compact SUV class, particularly in northern and mountain states where the Subaru badge carries genuine cultural cachet. The Crosstrek is affordable intelligence on 4 wheels. Number 5. Toyota Highlander. The Toyota Highlander is the 3-row family SUV that smart buyers choose when they need real space, real reliability, and a purchase price that doesn't require a financial recovery plan afterward. Sitting at approximately $38,000 depending on configuration, the Highlander occupies a strategic position in the midsize SUV market that very few competitors can genuinely challenge on total value. Toyota's reliability legacy is the Highlander's single strongest argument, and it is a compelling one. In a 3-row segment populated by vehicles with complex powertrain configurations and expensive repair histories, the Highlander's proven engineering record means your family transportation budget stays predictable. 5-year ownership costs consistently rank among the lowest in the 3-row class, and that financial stability matters enormously when you're managing a household. The Highlander hybrid version, available around $48,000, returns up to 36 mpg in combined driving, a figure that sounds impossible for a 3-row SUV until you experience it at the fuel pump. Over 60,000 miles of ownership, the fuel savings relative to a comparable non-hybrid three-row can approach $5,000 or more depending on gas prices, which is a real and meaningful financial return on a modest upfront premium. Resale values for the Highlander consistently rank at the top of its class, protecting your investment through the full ownership cycle. The Highlander doesn't chase trends, it delivers on promises year after year, mile after mile. Number 4. Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 is the compact SUV that educated buyers have been quietly choosing for years while louder, flashier alternatives collect dust on depreciation charts. Priced between $30,000 and $40,000, the CX-5 represents one of the most complete value propositions in the entire SUV market. A vehicle where engineering integrity, reliability, and ownership economics align almost perfectly. Mazda's cost-to-own profile is exceptional. Consumer reports and various independent ownership studies place Mazda among the very top brands for 5-year reliability, and the CX-5 is the model that most consistently earns that distinction. The 2.5-liter engine family powering the CX-5 has accumulated millions of real-world miles, with a track record that eliminates most of the financial anxiety that comes with buying a new vehicle. The turbocharged 2.5T variant, available around $36,000, produces 256 horsepower on premium fuel, a figure that positions it competitively against luxury compact SUVs costing $10,000 to $15,000 more. The performance advantage is tangible without the premium ownership cost penalty, which is precisely the kind of asymmetric value that defines a smart purchase. Mazda's interior quality in the CX-5 punches so far above its price point that it has become a standard reference in automotive journalism. Resale values are consistently strong, insurance costs are competitive, and the CX-5 rewards every mile with the quiet confidence of a vehicle built by people who genuinely care about the outcome. Number 3. Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester is the SUV that pragmatic, well-informed buyers have trusted for over 2 decades, not because of aggressive marketing, but because the math simply keeps working in its favor. Priced between $28,000 and $38,000, the Forester delivers a combination of all-weather capability, cargo practicality, and ownership reliability that makes it genuinely difficult to argue against at its price point. Every Forester comes standard with Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive system, a feature that competitors in this price range frequently reserve for higher trims or charge as an upgrade. That standard inclusion changes the vehicle's fundamental value equation and is particularly meaningful for buyers in regions where winter conditions are a genuine annual concern rather than an occasional inconvenience. The Forester's 8.7 inches of ground clearance gives it legitimate trail capability, and the available X-Mode system with hill descent control expands that capability further for buyers who venture beyond paved surfaces regularly. Subaru's EyeSight Driver Assistance suite comes standard on most Forester trims and consistently earns top safety scores from IIHS. The combination of standard AWD, generous ground clearance, and comprehensive standard safety technology at $28,000 is a value stack that requires serious effort to beat in the current market. Resale values remain strong, particularly in northern states and mountain regions where all-wheel drive vehicles carry premium demand. 5-year ownership costs stay comfortably low, and the Forester's straightforward engineering avoids the expensive complexity penalties that turbocharged compact SUVs sometimes carry after the warranty period ends. Number 2. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot is the 3-row family SUV that gets chosen by buyers who have done the research, compared the spreadsheets, and concluded that long-term value beats short-term showroom excitement every single time. Priced between $40,000 and $52,000, the Pilot sits at the intersection of genuine family capability and Honda's legendary ownership reliability in a way that is very difficult to replicate at similar price points. The standard 285 horsepower turbocharged 1.5-liter and available 3.5-liter V6 Both carry Honda's proven reliability engineering, meaning performance doesn't come at the expense of the dependability that Honda buyers historically expect and consistently receive. Honda's 5-year ownership cost profile is one of the strongest in the three-row SUV segment. Maintenance expenses stay predictable, major mechanical surprises are uncommon, and the Pilot's powertrain longevity means well-maintained examples regularly surpass 200,000 miles without dramatic intervention. For a vehicle that will carry your family through years of school runs, road trips, and weekend adventures, that reliability is a financial safety net with real dollar value. Towing capacity reaches 5,000 pounds on properly equipped configurations. Third-row access is genuinely manageable compared to competitors, and Honda sensing safety technology comes standard across the lineup without requiring trim upgrades. Resale values are consistently strong, and the Pilot's reputation in the used market means your exit strategy from ownership remains financially sound whenever that day arrives. Number 1. Toyota RAV4. The Toyota RAV4 is the compact SUV that doesn't need to justify itself. The numbers do that work automatically. As the best-selling SUV in the United States for multiple consecutive years, it has earned that position not through advertising volume, but through a relentless accumulation of ownership evidence that smart buyers recognize and respect. Priced between $30,000 and $42,000, the RAV4 delivers a value proposition that has proven almost impossible to dislodge from the top of the segment. Toyota's reliability infrastructure underpins every RAV4 on the road, and the ownership data reflects that consistently. Consumer reports and J.D. Power surveys repeatedly place the RAV4 among the most dependable vehicles in its class, and 5-year cost of ownership studies confirm that the financial relationship between you and your RAV4 stays predictable and manageable across the full ownership period. The RAV4 Hybrid, available around $35,000, returns up to 38 miles per gallon combined, a figure that translates to genuine annual fuel savings of $1,500 or more compared to non-hybrid compact SUV alternatives when calculated across realistic annual mileage. Standard Toyota Safety Sense comes across the entire lineup. All-wheel drive is broadly available without aggressive pricing penalties, and the cargo space and practicality numbers are segment competitive at every trim level. The RAV4 consistently ranks among the highest retained value vehicles in the entire automotive market, protecting your investment with a reliability that mirrors the vehicle's mechanical character perfectly. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.